so evenly matched. And after that great shot by Anunoby, it has been a Toronto story ever since. Away we go. We are 6-2. Stand with every game. This feels more and more like a defensive grind between these two of the better defensive teams.
That's in the post. When Jaylen Brown got his fourth foul in game 4 and couldn't be as aggressive, Siakam went to work.
Good take to the... Each team with their big three, and all eyes on those top 3 players. That's a nice kick to Anunoby. Corner 3 is good for OG.
Marcus Smart is a home run hitter in every sense of the word. And we saw that huge fourth quarter in game 2 that turned everything around.
That's all he's met at the rim. What? Boston playing well on the defensive end. It's turned into transition points as Lowry has gotten off to great starts the last 2 games. Gasol comes up empty again. Offensive rebound, Anunoby. Anunoby scores with the left hand.
It's points to 12 for Boston, a huge factor in that game.
It had Brad Stevens' attention, something they addressed between games. Excelled in his short tenure as head coach of the Raptors, of course, for the championship last year. He loves getting lost in the playoff vibe as Marcus Smart hits a 3-point. And they have played like that, and it has gotten more and more intense with every game of this series as Lowry puts up a prayer at the end. Running with Brown. Wanamaker down in the corner. He's got Smart with him. Gives it to Tice, and a foul. Siakam. Tice took a hard shot from Pascal Siakam. Boston's on an 11-2 run now, and they lead it 16-5 here in the first quarter. Powell on the take, and it's blocked by Tice. Brown with it. Got Smart running to his right. Gives it right back, and Brown throws it down.
Oh, whoop. Oh.
Damn.
The dunk was so good it overshadowed a great pass by Marcus Smart.
Ibaka inside with Tice on him. Ibaka gets it to Van Vliet's 3-point shooting was found in the second half of game 3. Had a nice game 4. Little turnaround by OG Anunoby. 4, played 35 minutes after his bubble miracle in game 3. Wanamaker for 3, and that one is true.
Brad Wanamaker quarter at both ends of the floor.
You talk about their 38 threes missed, but with the good looks, expecting better results. That's a tough shot. Nice hit. Lead for 3. No. And they've got a chance to hold them to single digits here. Unreal. 1 for 9 start from behind the arc. Tatum hammers one off.
Critical is it to push the pace and not let them set up in that half-court defense?
Yeah, it's been good. And then our second drives have been good, and we've gotten some really good looks.
It's a block shot by Robert Williams, and Boston continues to lock down the Raptors here.
Yeah, listen. Last game, and really for a lot of this series, we've been able to say it's a make or miss league because Boston, like last game, game 4, had a lot of good looks and just didn't make them. But in this game, so far as Ibaka knocks down, it's been very difficult. Boston's gotten a lot of wide open ones.
Yeah, we hear that make or miss league all the time, and it's a cliche because it's true. As Kemba Walker knocks down a little mid-range, there's so much.
Not good.
It's been 5-5 for Toronto. Boston's held Toronto just 5 made field goals and forced 5 turnovers. That's the 6th made.
They've outplayed them at both ends of the floor.
Norman Powell, checked by Williams. They get it right back in his hands, and Powell lets a 3 go, and he hits one.
I always felt the referees were not doing a good job. When I sit up here, I think they've really improved in the 2 years I haven't been coaching.
As Lowry, not Powell there. 35-19. What a start for the Celtics. Looking inside to Ibaka. You saw Grant Williams check into the game, and that's what gets back well. Toronto does not have a single basket in transition so far tonight. Lowry goes to the hole and scores.
Toronto's starting to find some answers offensively, and their defense has stepped up. They're trying to fight their way back into this game.
Tatum springs free and lays it in.
Now with Anunoby at the 4 and 3 guards in the game, this is about the smallest lineup Toronto can go to.
Van Vliet trying to get by Wanamaker, and he does so.
Well, you notice them being able to attack the rim with Daniel Tice on the bench. You weren't seeing those buckets early in the game when Tice was there doing a great job against the Toronto team that was second in the league in paint defense, only giving up 41 a game all year long. Well, these are two great defensive teams.
Seen the possessions go down, the number of possessions as we grind away in this series. Nice finish by Tice. And now Walker beating Fred VanVleet, kicks it. Good ball movement. Tatum will pull a three.
Bode well for the Raptors. They need Fred VanVleet to be productive and efficient.
Nice pass as Walker sets up Marcus Smart. Gives it up. And now Anunoby trying to turn the corner with Brown on him. Anunoby, and it's blocked from behind by Tice.
And then look at Tice run again.
Smart wide open for three. Got it. Boy, Boston a freight train right now in this first half for Gordon Hayward as well. He's playing with a lot on his mind right now despite the injuries trying to come back from.
He really is. So Gordon and his wife are expecting to welcome a baby boy at the end of this. And as you know, both of you, an extra body for a deep playoff run goes a long way.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Three-pointer is up and in from Wanamaker. And you notice, Stan, they have changed up their lineup a little bit here. Going with Boucher and Matt Thomas, maybe trying to change the energy level. Powell, a little crossover, and can't get it to go.
Well, he can't get it to go because Daniel Tice was there and contested hard. Daniel Tice
in this game. 4 steals and 5 blocks. EJ and the gang standing by in Atlanta. American Express halftime report, and Brown stays.
It's his Boston defense.
Walker almost falls down. Boucher got a piece of that. Give him a block. Lowry kicks it. Matt Thomas rattles home a three.
That's why
he's just got a handful of minutes in the last 2 games. Finally able to hit one. Thomas, the rookie out of Iowa State. Here is Walker, and got it off in time.
That we're talking about teams getting good shots, and you have to make them when you get them, like Siakam did just there. That's against this Boston defense.
Remember, Toronto had 31 points in the first quarter of Game 4. They're 35 points, the low 5 after back-to-back wins for Toronto. Gasol kicks it, and Anunoby for 3. And there's Siakam offensive rebound and the putback. Games. And then they swept Brooklyn before they dropped the first 2 games in this series. So there's a lot for them to call on, and Siakam has been very aggressive here to start this second half. 21-point game now.
Yeah, you just got to wonder sometimes with teams, and I know it happens to everybody, but why we didn't
run to start this half after being down 27 points at the half. Here is Brown in the corner. He's got it. He's having a nice night. Jaylen Brown.
That is a great pass from Marcus Smart, finding Brown in the weak side corner.
And that's going to count. I'm into the hands of Siakam. It's interesting there. Smart taking a sidestep to try to draw a foul. Forced him into a pass. VanVleet, strong finish at the rim on the LED boards. NBA did a great job with that feature. Michelob Ultra courtside. There's another nice take by VanVleet.
Tatum, you've got to come up with the ball. You can't give Boston second chances when you're down 22 points.
Kemba Walker able to shake Siakam. He is one of many in Boston, and his game just continues to elevate. Nice look inside. Tice finishes easy. Fouls for Siakam. The big 3 for Toronto as Kemba, wow, nice little scoop as he gets Anunoby, who went the distance in the second half in Game 3. They've been logging a ton of minutes. Powell, nice lead by Lowry.
Much more focused and much more intense basketball.
Here's Tice, he'll take it. Everybody leaves him, and Tice knocks down the 16th in his 28 minutes in his first playoff run with the Boston Celtics after 8 years in Charlotte. Allie LaForce, Kemba Walker.
Voice. He's not afraid to say anything to anyone. And one thing we've seen all the way through is he's everywhere. He's chasing every screen. He's diving on the floor. He's taking
together. Kemba, for the first time with those guys, that's how you develop chemistry and respect for each other.
Here's Tatum. He scores it. Tatum had the ankle in players. The Boston 4 into better defensive principles and getting them to think about it in a little different way. Here's VanVleet for 3, and he knocks it down. So Van's on the floor right now, and that's off the back iron. Lowry with a rebound.
Yeah, no, those guys will get some time, but that's not going to make any difference in this series. You want to win.
You can hear everything on the floor, and I mean everything. Thomas turns a corner, pulls up, and hits it. Series, he's knocked down a couple of shots. He's had brief cameos in the last 2 games. Kemba Walker shakes him that time, buries a triple.
A small town like Onalaska, Wisconsin, and make it to the NBA is a great story.
And getting minutes here in the playoffs, and he sets up Van Vliet, who knocks down a 3-pointer. They're solo, so well done.
There's a lot of people who just flipped the channel. I hate to tell the people at TNT.
All right, coming out of that.
24 to start the quarter. Only one starter on the floor for Toronto, Fred Van Vliet.
Now here's Ibaka on a rim run, and it's blocked by Tatum. Thomas with a rebound. By the way, you're spending a lot of time with your brother here in the bubble. As Thomas, that quick release, that's a good-looking stroke.
Day and appreciate it.
Well, it does bring to mind in a game like this, as Powell scores inside, get their opportunities sparingly on a number of occasions. These guys haven't played accomplishment, and so that's why we always call it like we do. Tatum going for the dunk was met at the rim, and that's good.
They're always discussing the game plan. They have similar makeup and how they see the game and play the game. And he said, I think of it as 2 is better than 1.
No question about racial injustice initiatives, and we've heard his voice a great deal. He has used his voice as passing away, and the great uncle of our colleague over at Bleacher Report, Taylor Rooks. So we're
now that's very helpful, I think, for the Celtics. So there are still things they can get out of this game here in the last 5 minutes, and around about 10 straight times. And P.J. Brown was an outstanding defender and could really move his feet for a big guy. P.J. was just looking at the bench.
Been around the bubble, of course, with the Miami Heat in it, and been able to run into him on a few occasions as Tice drops one off.
3-minute mark, we'll have a timeout, and I think we'll see wholesale substitutions at that point.
Boston has 6 players in double figures. Brown, that's a franchise low for Toronto in their playoff history. Boston led by 27 at the half. They were up 25 to end the third, and they've just had the foot on the gas ever since. Complete dismantling of Toronto. Stanley Johnson, phenomenal career at Purdue. I was fortunate enough to call a lot of his games in the Big Ten. Matter of fact, Edwards and Grant Williams, who just 16 game a year ago, or a couple of years ago now.
And that was a
tournament.
Big time pass.
Bubble. He is in quarantine now. Brad Stevens saying it is highly unlikely, improbable that he'd return in this series. Certainly will be available if Boston should advance. The most lopsided win in this